Hello everyone and welcome back to another video. Today we're talking about the top 5 Xbox games coming out this year. Now, I want to make this clear. These games are exclusive only to Xbox. I wasn't really specific in my last PlayStation version of this video, and people were just throwing in the comments like Cyberpunk, and if I were to choose the top 5 games this year, Cyberpunk would obviously be in them. These aren't that. These are exclusive to Xbox and PlayStation, so yes, just please stick within that realm in the comments. Also, if you didn't see the PlayStation version of this video, then you can go check it out if you click on my channel head, the VR thing. Yeah, it's a pretty well quality and general opinion video, but that's just my opinion. So I would love to hear you guys' opinion about the video, and yeah, I think you should check that out. However, today has nothing to do with that. Today we're talking about Xbox, and I'm very excited because Xbox is my native console. I didn't grow up with it or anything. I actually grew up with the GameCube. Technically, to be honest, I got the PS2 before I got an Xbox 360. But I decided to stay with my the Xbox for my own personal reasons, and I'm glad I did, because I think Phil Spencer has contributed a lot since he's became the executive vice president of gaming in Microsoft. So props to him. But I digress. Let's move on to the actual topic. Here's the top 5 Xbox games coming out in 2020. Coming in at number 5, we have Bleeding Edge. Now, Bleeding Edge is a multiplayer online combat video game being developed by British developer Ninja Theory and is published by Xbox Game Studios for the Xbox One and Windows 10. Supposedly, there are 12 characters to choose from, all which have melee attacks, some of them having range attacks as well. All characters are one of 3 classes, either assassin, support, or tank. The game was criticized for the design of the map and also the controller layout, but it was praised for its feel and look of its melee attacks and abilities. I have a really good feeling about this game. I've seen the demo and I think it looks really fun, and I like how the players are designed. The game looks like an Overwatch, but in third-person view, which is also a plus in my opinion. I think the game is pretty unique in terms of them trying to branch out with the heavily based melee in this game. In a way, it's kind of our version of Godfall, just in a completely different genre. Supposedly, according to the creative director, this game has no input latency, meaning whenever you hit a button, it should react at the moment you hit it. So that's also pretty cool. I think this game has a great chance of being sort of an Apex Legends type. Nobody really saw that game coming, and for the most part of it, it's a really good game, and it just kind of blew up also out of nowhere. So I think it could sort of have a chance to be like that for Microsoft. That'll be a great exclusive, and it'll definitely get things started going, especially since it's coming out earlier this year. So there's that to look forward to. But what you shouldn't look forward to is if this game is supposed to be free on Game Pass, and that's good and all, you won't be spending a dime, but expect a lot of microtransactions, and I don't think anyone is going to be happy to see those if it's going to tend towards the Apex Legends Overwatch type now. So yeah. Anyway, the game is scheduled to release on March 24th, 2020. Coming in at number 4, we have Grounded. During the XO19 in London, Xbox Game Studios and Obsidian Entertainment announced Grounded, a new first-person co-op survival game coming to Xbox One digitally. Now, in Grounded, players are shrunken to the size of an ant and are tasked with surviving the unique micro-world of our suburban backyard. Players must then gather and craft and build bases with everyday objects found within the yard, searching for life-saving resources and living alongside giant peaceful insects while fighting to survive massive hostile inhabitants. Grounded provides a mix of environmental and narrative-driven storytelling. Set in a versatile handcrafted sandbox, the structure allows players to create their own experience from the ground up. The world can be navigated solo or in 4-person cooperative multiplayer. where players work together to complete missions or explore the intricately detailed world. Microsoft said this is one of many working on new projects in the studio. Grounded is supposed to be a true passion project. This title has given the team the creative outlet to bring the years of developing highly regarded games to bear on the survival genre. RPGs like The Outer Worlds will always be in Obsidian's DNA, but from time to time, we want to stretch our creative muscles and try things that might be a little different, said the creative directors from Obsidian, or Grounded. Anyway, supposedly they said Microsoft has been a fantastic partner for Grounded, which was in development long before the acquisition last year. They were fortunate to be given the freedom to continue flexing their creative muscles and to develop the games they want to make. Now, I think this game has got a good amount of hate on it in the trailer when I saw it, but I think that's a misconception. I know we're all looking for AAA exclusives for Microsoft, but this game looks promising in its own right. In terms of its creativity, it's there. I think the AI is going to be pretty intelligent since they're bugs. They might have many variations of attacks and patterns, which could ultimately keep the game fresh. And the exploration looks unique considering you're tiny. They can extend the map as far as they want, as far as possible. They could also add DLC or probably do what Fortnite did. They could probably destroy that little area you're in. I don't know, like have someone mow the lawn and then they put you in a different environment. So I think that's good in terms of the outlook. I think it's a pretty long outlook. I think the searching and looting in caves would probably be boring if it was in a third person, but considering they went with the first person camera, I think they're definitely going for an immersive experience here, which is kind of the point. And I think the feel of the game, they want you to feel like you're actually living in that small world. And that could play out to their favor for this game. I'd like to see more gameplay though before I could give this game a verdict. Not right now. I'd want to see the gameplay, and maybe I would actually do an expectation versus reality. It'd be interesting because it's kind of like a Sea of Thieves to me. It looks within that realm, just with its own genre. Anyway, Grounded is set to release on Xbox One digitally through Xbox Game Preview, Xbox Game Pass, Microsoft Store, and Steam, and will be available sometime in spring. Coming in at number 3, we have Gears Tactics. Now, Gears Tactics is a fast-paced strategy game developed by the Correlation and Splash Damage, and it's supposedly supposed to be set 12 years before the first Gears of War. Cities across the planet Serra are beginning to fall to the monstrous threat rising from underground, the Locust Horde. With the government in disarray and a squad of survivors emerge as humanity's last hope. Outnumbered and fighting for survival, players must recruit and command a squad to hunt down Yukon, an evil mastermind who makes monsters. Gears Tactics features an immersive and character-driven story, one that follows the defiant soldier Gabe Diaz. Supposedly, you'll customize your squad and equipment to prepare your troops to face tough enemies by upgrading your skills and outfitting them with loot collected in challenging missions. The game is said to have aggressive gameplay, and it should retain kind of a signature Gears feel and tone to it. I don't play too many strategy games, but this game is said to be similar to XCOM, and I did play that. I played some of it. I really liked it. I think in its own right, this game will be decent, but as an Xbox exclusive, which I know Gears is, I don't think we need a strategy game right now. I kind of think we need a hard hitter. Yes, another hard hitter to kind of up us up. But this won't be for next gen, so I guess giving us this for now is decent, I guess. Personally, I don't really care for it, but there's a game out there for everyone, so maybe you guys will. The game was developed exclusively for PC and launches on April 28th, 2020. Now, this game is coming out for the PC Windows version first, and it'll be on the Xbox version later, which doesn't really do anything to me, but sorry if you guys care about that. Coming in at number 2, we have Senua's Saga Hellblade 2. Finally, we have a hard hitter here. This game was exclusive. This game actually was not an exclusive. It was actually multi-platformed, but with Microsoft's new acquisition of Ninja Theory, this game is now exclusive to Xbox, which I see as a plus, considering how good it was, considering how good its predecessor was. Hellblade 2 was announced at the Game Awards in 2019 with a dark, hard-hitting reveal trailer that didn't give much away in terms of story or gameplay, but a lot in badassery. What we do know is that the sequel is coming to the next generation of Xbox and PC. We just don't know when. For those who didn't play the first game, Hellblade is a dark action adventure that follows Senua, a badass picked warrior struggling with mental health issues that she believes is a curse. In Senua's sacrifice, Senua travels through Helheim, the underworld of Norse mythology, hooray, in a quest to rescue the soul of her dead lover, Dillion, from the goddess Hela, all while battling her own hallucinations and undead warriors who reside there. There's really no source telling us anything about Hell 2's story yet, but from the trailer, it seems much darker than its predecessor. Also, there are some hints towards Vikings, which I'm always a fan of that genre, that whole axe and swords and shields that really pumps up my blood. But it would make sense given the time period this is in. But this is just speculation, you know. We still don't know what the game's about. It might not be about Vikings at all. It's just what the trailer shows. There's actually no release date for this game as well. But considering it's going to be on next gen, and next gen releases around November-ish, we can most likely look forward to it in November. So yeah, look forward to it in the fall, holiday, whatever you want to call it.
Signal detected. Tag designated.
This is UNSC Pelican Echo 216. Can you hear me? This is UNS.
Coming in last, we have Xbox's highest anticipated game of the year. And that game basically helped pick Xbox up from its feet. We know it as Halo, and yes, coming in last, we have Halo Infinite. Halo Infinite is an upcoming first-person shooter video game co-developed by 343 Industries and Skybox Labs, and published by Game Studios for Microsoft Windows, Xbox One, and the 4th generation Xbox consoles. The game is the 6th main entry of the Halo series as it continues the story of Master Chief as the 3rd chapter of the Reclaimer saga, following Halo 5 Guardians, and will also be the 6th game in the franchise with Master Chief as the protagonist. The storyline of Halo Infinite is set to be much more human, with Master Chief playing more of a central role rather than in Halo 5 Guardians. The trailer indicated that the story will be set on a Halo ring and showcased the design of Master Chief's armor to return back to the way it was in Halo 2 and Halo 3, which I'm sure fans are happy for. We have next to no information about this game. We'll have to wait till E3 to get sufficient information about it. As of right now, we have none. We might actually have to wait till the 3rd quarter of this year, because I doubt we're going to get really actual sufficient information in E3. We'll get more when we get more information about the X series, considering it's going to launch in the X series. So we'll have to wait till then. I know many people expect this to be hopefully better than its predecessor, which was a disappointment in a lot of people's eyes. Mine's included. I didn't like the story. I thought the multiplayer was fun, but I know 343 Industries is putting their own touch on the game, but let's just say they're not really doing it in a good way. However, that's not to say that the game didn't do well. The first week of Halo 5 Guardians global sales was $400 million, making it the fastest selling Xbox One exclusive. Halo made the biggest sales record in Xbox history and was also the best selling digital title. But even with those excelling numbers, the game was still, it was still the lowest selling Halo title in the UK. So I doubt they want to meet those expectations, rather exceed them. So definitely something to be worked on there. Halo Infinite is scheduled to be released in holiday 2020. Anyway, that's going to be the video, guys. Normally I'd ask what games would you want up there on the list. But considering that's pretty much all Xbox has to offer for exclusives, I think, or no matter how much, many of you guys would have chosen differently, it would have been the same list, probably ordered differently. And I doubt that. It would probably be between, Bleeding Edge and Grounded. Maybe they'd be reversed, maybe they wouldn't. Either way, Xbox needs more exclusives. They need more IPs, and that's probably the outlook for the future. But it's not something that's going to happen this year. Anyway, I would still like to hear you guys' input. So comment below on what you thought was the best 5 games. What 5 Xbox games you think is gonna actually make a difference in the sales this year. Also, if you guys enjoyed the video, I would be grateful if you liked and subscribe. It really makes my day. And I'll see you guys in the next video.